What if I told you there's a lost city buried beneath the ocean, or a hidden treasure that has eluded discovery for centuries? Welcome to an exciting journey through history's most baffling mysteries. In this video, we're diving deep into the top 20 greatest historical conundrums that have puzzled historians, archaeologists, and treasure hunters for generations. From ancient civilizations that vanished without a trace to enigmatic artifacts that defy explanation, each mystery will leave you questioning what you thought you knew about our past. Stay with us until the end as we unravel these curious cases and shed light on the secrets that have baffled humanity for ages. You won't want to miss a single moment of this fascinating adventure. Number 20. The Voynich Manuscript is one of the most perplexing documents in history. Discovered in 1912 by rare book dealer Wilfrid Voynich, this enigmatic manuscript has baffled cryptographers, linguists, and scholars for over a century. The Voynich Manuscript is written in an unknown script that no one has been able to decode, featuring illustrations of plants, astronomical diagrams, and what appear to be alchemical or medicinal recipes. What makes it truly mysterious is that these drawings don't match any known species, and the writing doesn't resemble any known language or code. Despite numerous attempts by some of the world's best codebreakers, including those who deciphered World War II codes, the manuscript's contents remain a mystery. Some believe it to be a hoax, while others argue it is an ancient text containing lost knowledge. The vellum pages have been carbon dated to the early 15th century, ruling out modern forgery but deepening the enigma. This undeciphered manuscript continues to intrigue and frustrate, fueling endless speculation about its origins, purpose, and meaning. Who wrote it and why? Could it hold the key to ancient wisdom, or is it an elaborate riddle meant to puzzle us indefinitely? The Voynich Manuscript stands as a testament to humanity's enduring quest for knowledge and the mysteries that may forever elude our understanding. Number 19. The Phaistos Disc is another cryptic artifact that has left scholars scratching their heads for more than a century. Discovered in 1908 by Italian archaeologist Luigi Pernia at the Minoan Palace of Phaistos on the island of Crete, this clay disc is approximately 6 inches in diameter and features a unique spiral of stamped symbols on both sides. The disc's symbols include representations of humans, animals, plants, and tools, totaling 241 tokens made up of 45 distinct signs. What sets the Phaistos disc apart is the method used to create these symbols, which were impressed into the clay before it was fired, suggesting it could be one of the earliest examples of movable type printing. Despite extensive research, the meaning and purpose of these symbols remain an enigma. Some scholars speculate that the disc may be a form of ancient script, possibly an early form of Minoan writing, but no definitive translation has emerged. Others propose that it could be a religious artifact, a calendar, or even a board game. Adding to the mystery is the fact that no other object bearing the same symbols has ever been found, making it a singular puzzle in ancient history. Could the Phaistos disc be a key to understanding the Minoan civilization, or is it an isolated artifact with a meaning lost to time? This mysterious disc continues to captivate historians and linguists, representing one of the most intriguing unsolved scripts of the ancient world. The origins and cryptic symbols of the Phaistos disc challenge our perceptions of early human communication and leave us yearning for answers that may lie just beyond our reach. Number 18. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is one of the most iconic and enigmatic prehistoric monuments in the world, located in Wiltshire, England. Comprising a ring of standing stones, each around 13 feet high and weighing approximately 25 tons, it is part of a larger complex that includes several hundred burial mounds. Theories about the purpose and construction of Stonehenge abound. Some scholars believe it was an ancient astronomical observatory, with the stones aligned to mark important events in the solar and lunar calendar. Others suggest it was a ceremonial site, possibly used for religious rituals or as a burial ground for elite individuals. Another theory posits that Stonehenge served as a healing site, drawing people from across the region seeking remedies for various ailments. The construction of Stonehenge, which began around 3000 BC and continued for nearly 1,500 years, remains a mystery. The transportation of the massive stones from quarries located miles away, some from as far as Wales, has puzzled researchers for generations. How did prehistoric people without modern machinery move these enormous stones across such distances? The precise arrangement of the stones also raises questions about the level of knowledge and skill possessed by the builders. Despite numerous studies and advanced archaeological techniques, definitive answers about the purpose and construction methods of Stonehenge continue to elude us. The monument stands as a testament to the ingenuity and spiritual life of our ancestors, inviting us to ponder the mysteries of human history and the secrets of this ancient site. Number 17. The Lost City of Atlantis. The legend of Atlantis traces back to the works of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, who wrote about this advanced civilization in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful and technologically advanced island nation that existed approximately 9,000 years before his own time. Described as a utopian society, Atlantis boasted incredible architecture, sophisticated engineering, and a wealth of natural resources. However, due to the Atlanteans' hubris and moral decline, the gods allegedly punished the civilization by submerging it beneath the ocean in a single day and night of misfortune. This dramatic tale has captured the imagination of people for millennia, sparking countless theories about the possible location and reality of Atlantis. Some believe it to be purely a myth, a cautionary tale created by Plato to illustrate the dangers of human arrogance. Others propose that Atlantis was based on real ancient civilizations, such as the Minoans or the people of Santorini, who experienced catastrophic events. Over the years, numerous expeditions and investigations have sought to uncover the truth behind the legend. Locations such as the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, and even Antarctica have been suggested as potential sites for the lost city. Despite extensive research and exploration, no definitive evidence of Atlantis has been found, leaving it one of history's most enduring mysteries. Could Atlantis have been an actual place, or is it a symbol of human hubris and the transient nature of even the mightiest civilizations? The story of Atlantis continues to inspire wonder and speculation, inviting us to delve deeper into the unknown and the allure of a civilization lost to the depths of the ocean. Number 16. The Mary Celeste. The tale of the Mary Celeste is one of the most baffling maritime mysteries in history. On December 5, 1872, an American merchant brigantine was discovered adrift in the Atlantic Ocean by the British ship Dei Gratia. The Mary Celeste was found in good condition, with her cargo largely intact and no signs of struggle or foul play. However, the lifeboat was missing and the entire crew had vanished without a trace. This ghost ship had departed from New York City on November 7, 1872, bound for Genoa, Italy, carrying a cargo of denatured alcohol and manned by Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, their young daughter, and 7 crew members. When the Dei Gratia crew boarded the Mary Celeste, they found the personal belongings of the crew and the ship's logbook, but significantly, the last entry was over a week old. Theories on what happened to the crew range from plausible to far-fetched. Some suggest a sudden and severe weather event could have caused the crew to panic and abandon ship, though the Mary Celeste was found in stable condition. Others propose a possible mutiny or attack by pirates, though no evidence of violence was found. Another intriguing theory involves a potential leak of alcohol vapors from the cargo, which could have feared the crew of an imminent explosion and led them to leave the ship in haste. Even speculative ideas about sea monsters or alien abductions have been suggested. Despite numerous investigations and hypotheses, the fate of the Mary Celeste crew remains unknown. This ghost ship continues to capture the imagination, symbolizing the enduring mysteries of the sea and the unknown perils that may lurk beneath its vast expanse. Number 15. The Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin is one of the most debated and analyzed artifacts in religious history. This linen cloth, measuring about 14 feet long and 3 feet wide, bears the faint image of a man who appears to have suffered physical trauma consistent with crucifixion. Many believe this image to be that of Jesus Christ, making the shroud a revered relic among Christians. The shroud first came to light in historical records in the 14th century, but its origins are still the subject of intense scrutiny and controversy. Scientific examinations have included radiocarbon dating, which in 1988 suggested the shroud dates from the medieval period between 1260 and 1390. This dating caused a significant stir as it seemed to undermine claims of the shroud's authenticity as a first-century artifact. However, some researchers argue that the samples tested were from a section of the cloth that had been repaired in the Middle Ages, thus skewing the results. Further tests have examined the cloth's weave, pollen traces, and microscopic analyses to support claims of its ancient origin. Adding to the mystery are the unexplained characteristics of the image itself. The image on the shroud is a negative, meaning it is only fully visible in photographic negatives, a property first discovered in 1898. The image also contains three-dimensional information, which has baffled scientists trying to understand its formation. Some believe the image was created by a burst of radiant energy, while skeptics suggest it was a medieval artistic creation. The bloodstains on the shroud align with wounds described in biblical accounts of Jesus' crucifixion, including marks on the wrists, feet, and head. Despite centuries of research and debate, no consensus has been reached on how the image was formed or the exact age of the shroud. The Vatican, which currently houses the shroud in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Turin, Italy, has neither endorsed nor rejected its authenticity but continues to allow scientific study. While the Shroud of Turin remains a profound symbol of faith and mystery for many, its true origin and the nature of the image it bears continue to inspire both reverence and skepticism. Whether it is the genuine burial cloth of Jesus or a medieval artifact, the shroud captivates the imagination, inviting ongoing exploration into one of history's most enigmatic relics. Number 14. The Great Sphinx of Giza. The Great Sphinx of Giza is not only one of the most recognizable monuments in the world but also one of the most enigmatic. Located on the Giza Plateau near Cairo, Egypt, this limestone statue of a reclining sphinx with the body of a lion and the head of a human has intrigued historians and archaeologists for centuries. Carved directly from the bedrock, it measures about 240 feet long and 66 feet high, making it one of the largest and oldest statues in existence. Theories about the construction of the Great Sphinx date back to the reign of Pharaoh Khafre, who is thought to have built it during the Old Kingdom around 2500 BC. However, there are debates among scholars about its true age, with some suggesting it could be much older based on weathering patterns that indicate prolonged exposure to water erosion. This has led to the controversial hypothesis that the Sphinx was constructed thousands of years before Khafre's reign, possibly by a lost civilization. The purpose of the Great Sphinx remains a subject of speculation. Many believe it was built to serve as a guardian of the Giza Plateau, protecting the pyramids and temples that stand nearby. The Sphinx with its human head could be a representation of Khafre himself, symbolizing royal power and divine protection. Others suggest the Sphinx was part of a larger complex of solar temples, aligned with celestial events, and that its construction had religious and astronomical significance. Adding to the mystery are the numerous repairs and alterations the Sphinx has undergone throughout history, including damage to its face and the loss of its nose, which some attribute to deliberate defacement. The enigmatic nature of the Sphinx has also fueled numerous legends and theories, from hidden chambers beneath it to connections with the fabled Hall of Records, a library of ancient knowledge said to be buried somewhere in Egypt. Despite extensive research and excavations, many questions about the Great Sphinx remain unanswered. How was such a massive statue constructed with the tools available at the time? What was its original purpose, and what secrets might it still hold? As we continue to explore and study this ancient wonder, the Great Sphinx of Giza endures as a symbol of the enduring mysteries of human history, a silent sentinel that has watched over the sands of Egypt for millennia. Number 13. The Tunguska event. Imagine a peaceful morning suddenly disrupted by an immense explosion that flattens an entire forest. This is what happened in Siberia on June 30, 1908. The Tunguska event, as it came to be known, unleashed a force equivalent to 15 megatons of TNT, decimating over 800 square miles of forest near the Tunguska River. Eyewitnesses reported seeing a bright light streaking across the sky, followed by a loud explosion and a shockwave that knocked people off their feet hundreds of miles away. Yet, despite the magnitude of the blast, no impact crater was ever found, leaving scientists puzzled over its cause. The leading theory is that the explosion was caused by a meteoroid or comet entering Earth's atmosphere and disintegrating before reaching the ground. This would explain the lack of an impact crater and the widespread damage. Another hypothesis suggests a comet made of ice and dust, which would have vaporized upon entering the atmosphere, creating a powerful airburst. Some have even proposed that a small, stony asteroid could have been responsible. Other, more speculative ideas include a natural gas explosion from beneath the Earth's crust, although this is considered less likely by the scientific community. Adding to the mystery are fringe theories that point to everything from extraterrestrial intervention to Nikola Tesla's experiments with wireless power transmission. However, these theories lack substantial evidence and remain in the realm of speculation. Despite numerous expeditions and advanced scientific studies, the exact cause of the Tunguska event remains uncertain. What is undeniable is the sheer power of this explosion and the profound impact it had on the landscape and our understanding of such phenomena. The Tunguska event serves as a stark reminder of the potential for sudden, catastrophic events and continues to inspire both scientific inquiry and imaginative speculation. Number 12. The Zodiac Killer. The chilling case of the Zodiac Killer remains one of the most infamous and perplexing unsolved mysteries in criminal history. Active in Northern California during the late 1960s and early 1970s, the Zodiac Killer claimed responsibility for at least 5 confirmed murders and is suspected of many more. The killer's moniker comes from a series of taunting letters and cryptograms sent to local newspapers, in which he or she took credit for the attacks and mocked the authorities' efforts to apprehend them. These letters included ciphers that have fascinated cryptographers and amateur sleuths for decades, with only one being definitively solved to reveal a disturbing message. The Zodiac's first known victims were high school students Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, who were shot and killed on December 20, 1968 in Vallejo, California. This was followed by the attack on Michael Majow and Darlene Ferrin on July 4, 1969, where Majow survived despite being severely wounded. The killer's most notorious act occurred on July 31, 1969, when 3 letters were sent to the Vallejo Times-Herald, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner, each containing 1/3 of a 408-symbol cryptogram. The Zodiac demanded these be published or he would commit more murders. The cryptogram, once solved, revealed the Zodiac's chilling claims of enjoying killing and alluded to his motivations, but it did not provide his identity. The Zodiac continued his spree with the brutal stabbing of Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard at Lake Berryessa on September 27, 1969, leaving Hartnell with critical injuries and Shepard fatally wounded. His final confirmed act was the shooting of taxi driver Paul Stine in San Francisco on October 11, 1969. After these attacks, the Zodiac sent more letters, with the last confirmed correspondence dated January 29, 1974. Despite an intensive investigation and numerous suspects, the Zodiac killer's identity remains unknown. Various theories suggest he might have been a disgruntled loner, a former military man, or even a police officer, given his apparent knowledge of law enforcement procedures. Over the years, advancements in forensic technology have renewed interest in the case. However, despite DNA testing and other modern techniques, no definitive evidence has surfaced to unmask this enigmatic murderer. The Zodiac Killer continues to be a subject of fascination and fear, embodying the terrifying reality that some of history's darkest figures remain hidden in the shadows, their true identities and motivations forever eluding discovery. Number 11. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is one of the most infamous regions in the world for unexplained disappearances of ships and aircraft. Located in the Atlantic Ocean, roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, this area has been the subject of countless theories and speculation since the early 20th century. Stories of mysterious vanishings began to surface in the 1940s, with incidents such as the disappearance of Flight 19, a training mission of 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers that seemingly vanished without a trace in December 1945. Adding to the mystery, a rescue plane sent to find them also disappeared. Over the years, numerous ships and planes have reportedly vanished under puzzling circumstances in this region, with no distress signals and wreckage often never found. Theories about the Bermuda Triangle abound, ranging from the plausible to the paranormal. Some suggest natural explanations such as sudden rogue waves, underwater earthquakes, or methane hydrate eruptions that could cause ships to sink rapidly. Others point to navigational errors caused by the area's unique magnetic anomalies or unpredictable weather patterns like hurricanes. On the more speculative side, some believe in more extraordinary causes, such as extraterrestrial activity, time warps, or remnants of Atlantis's lost technology disrupting modern navigation. Despite extensive research, no single theory comprehensively explains every disappearance. The U.S. Coast Guard and other maritime agencies often attribute these incidents to human error and the inherently dangerous nature of sea travel. Nevertheless, the Bermuda Triangle remains a subject of enduring fascination and mystery. The stories of lost vessels and aircraft continue to captivate the imagination, symbolizing the ocean's unfathomable depths and the unknown perils that may lurk beneath the surface. Number 10. The Nazca Lines are one of the most astonishing and enigmatic archaeological phenomena in the world. Etched into the arid desert plains of southern Peru, these giant geoglyphs span over 250 miles and depict a variety of shapes, including animals, plants, and geometric patterns. Created by the Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD, these lines have captivated researchers and visitors alike with their sheer scale and precision. The largest figures stretch up to 100-200 feet, and their true form can only be fully appreciated from the air, prompting questions about how and why they were made. There are several theories about the purposes of these lines, ranging from practical to mystical. Some scholars propose that the geoglyphs were created as astronomical calendars, aligning with celestial events to guide agricultural activities and religious ceremonies. Others suggest they were part of a vast pilgrimage route, with the design serving as ritual paths walked by the Nazca people during sacred rites. A more recent hypothesis posits that the lines were connected to water worship, with the shapes symbolizing deities and natural elements crucial for survival in the harsh desert environment. Adding to their mystery, the method of construction seems remarkably simple yet effective. The Nazca people removed the dark, oxidized stones on the desert surface to reveal the lighter sand underneath, creating lines that have remarkably withstood the test of time. The precision and consistency of these lines, however, indicate a high level of sophistication in planning and execution. Despite numerous studies, the exact purpose and meaning of the Nazca lines remain elusive. Whether they were astronomical markers, religious symbols, or messages to the gods, the geoglyphs continue to inspire awe and curiosity. These ancient designs invite us to ponder the ingenuity and spiritual life of the Nazca civilization, offering a tantalizing glimpse into a past that still holds many secrets. Number 9. The Antikythera mechanism is often described as the world's first analog computer, and it is one of the most spectacular examples of ancient technological ingenuity. Discovered in 1901 among the remains of a shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, this extraordinary device has amazed and baffled scientists and historians alike. The mechanism consists of a complex system of gears and dials housed within a wooden case, and it dates back to around 100 BC. It was designed to predict astronomical positions and eclipses for calendrical and astrological purposes, as well as to track the cycles of the ancient Olympic Games. The level of sophistication in its engineering was unprecedented for its time, and suggests a much deeper understanding of astronomy and mechanics than previously thought possible in ancient Greece. The device comprises over 30 bronze gears, some of which are finely toothed and intricately interlocked, demonstrating advanced knowledge of gear ratios and mechanical design. When the mechanism's dials are turned, they mimic the motions of the moon and the sun through the zodiac, predict lunar and solar eclipses, and possibly display planetary positions. The data revealed by the Antikythera mechanism hints at the existence of similar devices that have not yet been discovered, raising questions about the extent of technological advancement in the Hellenistic period. The discovery of the mechanism has had a profound impact on our understanding of ancient Greek science and technology, challenging the notion that complex machinery was a product of more modern times. Researchers have used modern imaging techniques to study the internal workings of the mechanism in great detail, uncovering inscriptions and mechanical functions that have further illuminated its purpose and sophistication. Despite more than a century of study, many aspects of the Antikythera mechanism remain mysterious, such as the exact identity of its creator and how widely such technology was known or used. Could there be other similar devices yet to be found, or was the Antikythera mechanism a unique marvel of its time? This ancient artifact continues to captivate the imagination, providing a tangible link to the ingenuity and scientific prowess of our ancestors. The Antikythera mechanism stands as a testament to the intellectual achievements of the ancient world and the enduring mysteries of history's technological marvels. Number 8. The Babushka Lady. On November 22, 1963, as President John F. Kennedy's motorcade made its way through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas, an unknown woman was captured on film during the chaotic moments following the assassination. This woman, wearing a headscarf reminiscent of those worn by elderly Russian women, hence the nickname Babushka Lady, was seen holding a camera and standing calmly amid the panic. The Babushka Lady appears in numerous photographs and film footage from that fateful day, including the famous Zapruder film. What sets her apart and fuels the mystery is that she was positioned in a spot where she could have clearly captured the events as they unfolded, potentially holding crucial evidence of the assassination. Despite exhaustive efforts by investigators and conspiracy theorists alike, her identity and the contents of her film have never been revealed. Some believe that the Babushka Lady might have inadvertently captured critical details about the assassin or the exact moments of the shooting that could shed light on the numerous questions surrounding Kennedy's death. Others speculate that she may have been part of a larger conspiracy, deliberately planted there to observe and record the assassination. Over the years, several women have come forward claiming to be the Babushka Lady, but their accounts and the evidence they provided have never been conclusively verified. The mysterious figure remains an enduring enigma in the JFK assassination, representing the tantalizing possibility of a lost key to one of history's most scrutinized events. The babushka lady continues to symbolize the unresolved mysteries surrounding that day, inviting us to ponder what her film might have shown and why it has never surfaced. The unanswered questions about her identity and the potential evidence she holds keep the intrigue alive, reminding us of the many layers and complexities of this pivotal moment in American history. Number 7. The Princes in the Tower. The mystery of the Princes in the Tower revolves around the disappearance of two young boys, Edward V and his younger brother Richard, Duke of York, in the late 15th century. After the death of their father, King Edward IV, in 1483, the boys were placed in the Tower of London by their uncle, who was supposed to act as their protector. Initially, the boys were seen entering the tower, a royal palace and fortress, but they soon vanished from public view. Their disappearance has led to centuries of speculation and intrigue. The leading theory is that they were murdered to secure the throne for their uncle, who became King Richard III. Some historical accounts and evidence suggest Richard had the most to gain from their deaths, but no definitive proof has ever surfaced. Other suspects include Henry Tudor, who later became Henry VII, as he also had motives and eventually married their sister, Elizabeth of York, to solidify his claim to the throne. The mystery deepened in 1674 when workmen at the tower discovered a box containing two small human skeletons, believed to be those of the princes. These remains were reinterred in Westminster Abbey, but without conclusive forensic analysis, their identity remains speculative. The story of the princes in the tower continues to captivate historians and enthusiasts, blending elements of tragedy, power struggles, and the enduring quest for truth. Who was responsible for the disappearance of Edward V and his brother Richard? The lack of concrete evidence ensures that this historical mystery remains one of the most compelling and debated events in English history. Number 6. The Man in the Iron Mask. The Man in the Iron Mask is a mysterious figure whose identity has intrigued historians, writers, and the public for centuries. This enigmatic prisoner was held in various French prisons, including the Bastille, during the reign of Louis XIV in the 17th century. The prisoner was forced to wear a mask initially thought to be made of iron, but later revealed to be velvet, which concealed his face at all times. The story of the Man in the Iron Mask was popularized by the renowned writer Alexandre Dumas in his novel, The Vicomte de Bragelonne, part of the series that includes The Three Musketeers. Dumas' fictional account suggested that the masked prisoner was the twin brother of King Louis XIV, hidden away to prevent disputes over the throne. While Dumas' tale captivated readers, the true identity of the prisoner has never been definitively established. Various theories have been proposed over the years, ranging from a disgraced nobleman or military leader to a political enemy or even a member of the royal family. One popular theory posits that the Man in the Iron Mask was Eustache Dorger, a valet with knowledge of sensitive political secrets that could threaten the stability of the kingdom. Another theory suggests he was General Vivien de Bouillon, imprisoned for disobeying orders during a military campaign. Records indicate that the prisoner was held under strict conditions, with few people allowed to see or communicate with him, and any who did were sworn to secrecy. The order to mask him came directly from King Louis XIV himself, further fueling suspicions about the prisoner's significance. Adding to the intrigue, the masked man was treated with unusual respect, hinting at a high social standing or a connection to powerful figures. After his death in 1703, the prisoner's records and cell were meticulously cleaned, erasing many potential clues to his identity. Despite extensive research and numerous theories, the true identity and story of the Man in the Iron Mask remain elusive. This historical mystery continues to capture the imagination, symbolizing the lengths to which those in power will go to protect their secrets and the enduring human fascination with hidden identities and untold stories. Number 5. The Roanoke Colony is one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. Founded in 1587 by English settlers on Roanoke Island, off the coast of present-day North Carolina, the colony was intended to be the first permanent English settlement in the New World. Led by Governor John White, the colony included men, women, and children, all eager to start anew in the untamed land. However, when White returned to England for supplies later that year, he was delayed due to the Anglo-Spanish War. It wasn't until 1590 that White could finally make his way back to Roanoke. Upon his arrival, he discovered the settlement completely abandoned, with no sign of the 115 colonists. The only clues were the word Croatoan carved into a post and the letters Crow etched into a nearby tree. These cryptic messages sparked numerous theories about the fate of the settlers. One prevailing theory is that they assimilated with local Native American tribes, particularly the Croatoan people on nearby Hatteras Island. This theory is supported by reports of European traits appearing in Native American descendants in the region, and the possibility that the colonists sought refuge with friendly tribes. Another theory suggests that the colonists attempted to relocate further inland or to Chesapeake Bay, where they might have succumbed to harsh conditions or conflicts with indigenous peoples. Some historians propose that the settlers faced starvation or disease and perished without leaving further traces. More speculative theories include the possibility of Spanish attacks or even supernatural explanations, though these lack substantial evidence. Despite extensive archaeological efforts and historical research, the fate of the Roanoke colonists remains unresolved. The mystery of the lost colony continues to intrigue scholars and enthusiasts, symbolizing the challenges and uncertainties faced by early settlers in the New World. What happened to the men, women, and children of Roanoke? The enigmatic disappearance invites us to ponder the resilience and struggles of those who sought to carve out a new life on the edge of the unknown. Number 4. The Dancing Plague of 1518. Imagine waking up one morning in the vibrant town of Strasbourg, France, only to find the streets filled with people dancing uncontrollably. This wasn't a festival or a celebration, but a truly bizarre and disturbing event that began in July 1518 and lasted for over a month. It all started when a woman named Frau Trophia stepped into the street and began to dance fervently. She continued to dance for hours and even days, seemingly unable to stop. Remarkably, within a week, around 30 others had joined her, and by the end of the month, the number had swelled to about 400 people. These were not joyful dancers. Many were in pain and distress, dancing to the point of exhaustion. The phenomenon became known as the Dancing Plague or Dancing Mania. As the situation worsened, local authorities and clergy were baffled. They initially believed that the afflicted were suffering from a curse or demonic possession. In an attempt to cure the dancers, they brought in musicians and hired professionals, hoping that by continuing to dance, the afflicted might eventually reach a state of catharsis and be cured. However, this only seemed to exacerbate the situation, leading to more people joining the frenzied dance. Various theories have been proposed to explain this mysterious event. Some suggest it was a case of mass hysteria, a psychological phenomenon where a group of people experienced the same irrational behavior simultaneously. This could have been triggered by the extreme stress and hardships of the time, including disease, famine, and dire living conditions. Another theory posits that ergot poisoning could be the culprit, as ergot is a toxic mold that grows on damp rye and can cause hallucinations and muscle spasms when ingested. This hypothesis draws parallels to the effects of LSD, which is derived from ergot alkaloids. Other explanations include religious fervor and collective psychogenic illness, where psychological factors manifest as physical symptoms. Despite these theories, no definitive cause has been established, and the Dancing Plague remains one of history's most peculiar and unsettling episodes. How could so many people lose control of their bodies in this way? The dancing plague of 1518 challenges our understanding of human behavior and the mysterious forces that can grip a community, leaving us to wonder about the limits of the mind and body. Number 3. El Dorado. The legend of El Dorado, the fabled city of gold, has captivated explorers and adventurers for centuries. According to the myth, El Dorado was a magnificent city or kingdom rich with gold and precious gems, hidden somewhere in the depths of South America. The story of El Dorado originally referred to a single man, a tribal chief of the Muisca people in what is now Colombia. This chief would cover himself in gold dust and during a sacred ceremony dive into Lake Guatavita, offering gold and treasures to the gods. Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century, driven by tales of unimaginable wealth, transformed this legend into that of an entire city made of gold. The allure of boundless riches spurred numerous expeditions deep into the jungles and mountains of South America. One of the most famous expeditions was led by Spanish explorer Gonzalo Pizarro in 1541, accompanied by Francisco de Orellana. They ventured into the Amazon rainforest, enduring harsh conditions and relentless hardships, but returned empty-handed and disheartened. Between 1539 and 1542, German explorer Philipp von Hutten also embarked on a treacherous search for El Dorado through the plains and jungles of Venezuela, only to encounter fierce resistance from indigenous tribes. Sir Walter Raleigh, an English adventurer, embarked on his own quest for El Dorado in 1595, exploring the Orinoco River basin. Despite his failure to find the Golden City, Raleigh's detailed accounts further fueled the El Dorado myth in Europe. While these expeditions brought back no gold, they unveiled new territories and expanded European knowledge of the New World. Modern scholars believe the tale of El Dorado was a conflation of various indigenous myths and European fantasy, with no basis in a single real location. Yet the relentless pursuit of El Dorado had a profound impact on the history and exploration of South America. The legend of El Dorado endures as a symbol of the age-old human desire for wealth and discovery, reminding us of the thin line between myth and reality. The Golden City may never have existed, but its influence on history is undeniable, showcasing the lengths to which people will go in their quest to uncover the treasures of the world. Number 2. The Green Children of Woolpit. This medieval legend originates from the village of Woolpit in Suffolk, England, during the reign of King Stephen in the 12th century. According to historical accounts, villagers discovered two young children, a boy and a girl, near a wolf pit, a trap used for catching wolves. These children had an unusual appearance. Their skin was green, and their clothing was made from unfamiliar materials. They spoke a language no one recognized, making communication difficult. The villagers took the children in and tried to care for them. Initially, the children refused all food except for green beans, which they consumed ravenously. Over time, they began to eat other foods, and their green hue gradually faded. Sadly, the boy became sick and died shortly after their discovery, but the girl survived and adapted to her new life. She learned to speak English and eventually recounted her extraordinary story. The girl claimed that she and her brother came from a place called St. Martin's Land, a subterranean world where the sun never shone and everything was cast in a twilight glow. She described her homeland as a place where the inhabitants lived in perpetual twilight and all had green skin like hers and her brothers. According to her account, they had been tending their father's flock when they heard a loud noise, found themselves near the wolf pit, and were subsequently discovered by the villagers. Various theories have been proposed to explain the mystery of the Green Children of Woolpit. Some suggest that the children were Flemish immigrants who had fled persecution during that period, and their green skin may have been due to malnutrition, particularly a condition known as green sickness or chlorosis. Others believe that the story could be a folk tale, reflecting the superstitions and fears of medieval society regarding the unknown and the foreign. More fantastical explanations propose that the children might have come from a parallel dimension or an underground world, as described in their account. Despite the numerous theories, there is no definitive evidence to explain the origins of the Green Children of Woolpit. Their story continues to be a source of fascination and intrigue, symbolizing the mystery and wonder of unexplained phenomena in history. The tale invites us to ponder the limits of our understanding and the possible existence of worlds beyond our own. As we reflect on the story, we are reminded of the enduring human curiosity about the unknown and the desire to seek answers to the mysteries that lie just beyond our reach. Number 1. Jack the Ripper. The chilling tale of Jack the Ripper is one of the most infamous and enduring mysteries in criminal history. In the autumn of 1888, the streets of London's Whitechapel district became the hunting ground for this notorious serial killer whose real identity has never been uncovered. Jack the Ripper's victims were primarily women, often involved in prostitution, brutally murdered and mutilated in ways that shocked and horrified the Victorian public. The killer's first known victim, Mary Nichols, was discovered on August 31, 1888. Her throat had been slashed and her abdomen viciously ripped open. Just a week later, on September 8, the body of Annie Chapman was found, similarly mutilated and with organs removed. These horrific murders were followed by the double event on September 30, when Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes were killed on the same night. While Stride's body showed fewer injuries, Eddowes was disemboweled and severely mutilated, her face severely disfigured. The final canonical victim, Mary Jane Kelly, was found on November 9, 1888, in her own room, her body extensively mutilated in the most gruesome of the murders. The savagery of these killings suggested a familiarity with human anatomy, leading some to speculate that the Ripper might have had medical or butcher-like skills. Throughout the spree, the killer taunted the authorities by sending letters to the police and newspapers, signing them Jack the Ripper. These letters, though not all verified as genuine, contributed to the fear and frenzy surrounding the case. The police received hundreds of letters, but the Dear Boss letter received by the Central News Agency and the From Hell letter, which included a piece of a human kidney, are among the most famous. Numerous suspects have been proposed over the years, from local butchers and doctors to high-profile figures like Prince Albert Victor, grandson of Queen Victoria. Another plausible suspect was Montague John Drute, a barrister whose suicide coincided with the end of the murders. Other suspects include Polish immigrant Aaron Kosminski and the American doctor Francis Tumblety. Despite various theories and modern forensic techniques, none have definitively identified the killer. The lack of concrete evidence, combined with the Ripper's ability to evade capture, has led to endless speculation and ongoing investigations, inspiring countless books, films, and television shows. The mystery of Jack the Ripper endures as a symbol of the darker side of humanity and the complexities of criminal investigation. As we reflect on this chilling chapter in history, we are reminded of the fear that gripped London and the enduring quest for justice for the victims whose lives were tragically cut short. Jack the Ripper's reign of terror continues to captivate and horrify, leaving us with questions that may never be answered and a legacy that will never be forgotten. Honorable mentions: while we have explored some of the most captivating historical mysteries, several other intriguing enigmas deserve mention. One such mystery is the disappearance of Amelia Earhart, the pioneering aviator who vanished over the Pacific Ocean in 1937 during her attempt to circumnavigate the globe. Despite extensive search efforts, no conclusive evidence has ever been found, leading to various theories about her fate. Another perplexing case is the Oak Island Money Pit in Nova Scotia, Canada, where treasure hunters have been digging since the 18th century in search of rumored buried treasure. Despite many attempts and numerous discoveries of intriguing artifacts, the main treasure remains elusive. The mystery of the Somerton Man, an unidentified man found dead on Somerton Beach in Australia in 1948, also stands out. With a cryptic note found in his pocket and no clear cause of death, his identity and the circumstances of his demise continue to baffle investigators. Lastly, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland has captivated imaginations for decades. Sightings of a large, mysterious creature in Loch Ness have led to numerous expeditions, yet conclusive proof of its existence remains unfound. These honorable mentions highlight the endless fascination with the unknown and the relentless human drive to uncover the secrets of our past. In summary, we've delved into some of the most captivating and perplexing historical mysteries that continue to intrigue and baffle us. From the cryptic Voynich Manuscript to the legend of the Lost City of Atlantis, each mystery raises more questions than answers. We explored the Phaistos Disc and its enigmatic symbols, pondered over the purpose of Stonehenge, and marveled at the tale of the Mary Celeste's ghostly disappearance. The Shroud of Turin and its controversial authenticity, the imposing Great Sphinx of Giza, and the unexplained Tunguska event all added layers of intrigue to our journey. We also faced the chilling enigma of the Zodiac Killer and the eerie vanishings in the Bermuda Triangle, the astonishing Nazca lines, the technologically advanced Antikythera mechanism, and the mysterious Babushka Lady pointed to human ingenuity and enduring enigmas. As we moved deeper, the tale of the princes in the tower, the masked prisoner known as the Man in the Iron Mask, and the tragic disappearance of the Roanoke colony all left us yearning for clarity. The bizarre dancing plague of 1518, the elusive golden city of El Dorado, and the strange tale of the green children of Woolpit further expanded our quest for understanding. Finally, we confronted the horrifying legacy of Jack the Ripper and his grisly crimes. These mysteries collectively remind us of the vastness of human history and the many secrets still waiting to be uncovered. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling journey into history's greatest mysteries. Share your favorite mystery in the comments below and tell us what you think about these enigmatic tales. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us on this adventure into the unknown, and stay curious.